What up, y'all? It's your boy DJKillzownJones. Remember the name. Remember you lame. Me and Breezy back up in here for another Bitz podcast. What's up
Yes.
with you, bro?
Not much. Tired. Getting ready to work on some planes. Actually, gonna work on some 3D planes. That's what I'm
Oh
actually
man,
about to do.
man. Breezy been cooking up on these. Like he been really Dr. Dre in this game he putting out. Cause he ain't let me see none of it.
All right, now
I
ain't nothing
think.
to see. It's a cube shooting a cube, exploding into other cubes. There's nothing really to do in it besides
Oh,
that.
okay.
So like I'm still like I said, because my schedule is pretty much like from when we do the show, like right after we do the show, I'm pretty much doing all of my artwork for the game stuff, and then some 2D. I mean, not some 2D, some 3D animation character stuff I got going on, and then that transitions into maybe like 2 3 hours chatting with my lady, and then I got from probably around like 3 a.m. to like pretty much 9 a.m. I'm talking with my programmers who are helping me like get up to speed on being better at programming. Like right now, one of the guys, he lives in Canada and he wants to join onto the project, and I said, sure, but I got to clean up the whole scene file and stuff because I got a bunch of shit in there from all this year of just random pieces of code that don't work, old objects that don't work, just unoptimized shit, and I got to clean all that garbage out and then let him jump on board, not to speed things up, but yeah, right now it ain't nothing to look at. I can give you renders and stuff when I'm done now.
No, I don't want nobody. I mean, I don't want to see it. I don't want nobody to see it till you ready to like test it and whatever. And that's good that you taking your time and really putting that mud together. And the fact that you even are jumping out there and being a developer, because it's a hard. If anybody's seen what was that? What was the movie Indie Game, the movie or whatever? Like when you making a
Yeah.
game, man, it's like
It's hard. It's way harder than people think, man. It's not like, I mean, yeah, you can think programming logic like, oh, if I hit this person, do this thing, like that's easy. But to sit down and write that shit from start to finish, it's very time consuming. It's a headache. Like even, and then it depends too on the engine because I'm using the Unity engine right now, and I'm not. I have my complaints with Unity, but like it's even getting the user interface to work is just it's frustrating at times. Some of the things I want to do and I can't do and whatnot. But fortunately, the few guys who want to help me out, they wrote a whole bunch of toolkits and shit. So they like high level, they know they shit. So this will maybe speed me along and save me some time. But like this programming, this game type shit ain't easy because you gotta just to make the models, like you gotta model the plane, ship, or whatever object. Then you have to cut the UVs, which is pretty much, unfold, like unwrap it, like take a candy bar and, you unwrap the candy bar and make it flat, like a flat piece of paper. You got to flatten that out and you got to put the textures on it and the images on it. And then depending on what it is, if it's like something that has to move and, like a character, you got to now rig them and then you got
mm,
to animate them, and then that's all like keyframes, 30 frames a second, 60 frames a second for the animations. Then you got to put it back in the engine. Like it's a long list of shit, let alone sound effects, soundtracks, and everything else. Like all this shit is a super long production.
mm-hmm. um, no, I totally, I seen it, and like I've seen other people. I hadn't seen, your process, but I know it's a non task, and especially when trying to, you know, survive and you're trying to create, and you really got to go all the way in. I commend you for it, man, because there's not a lot of brothers out there that's even trying to attempt that. So, you know, I got your back on it. So
Yeah.
now for today's topic, it's been a
Yes,
lot of
yes.
old rappers still hating on the new rapper. So I was watching Vlad TV, and your boy Trick Daddy
Good love the
was
kids.
on. Man, no, he was going in on the today's new age rappers because Vlad asked him about how tell his story because the other interviews was talking about like the stuff that was going on with him and his health and you know what I'm saying, like, and he just kept on going in talking about people got to be real and everything else like that. But he really went in depth with this one because this was like 9 minutes of him going off. And I'm gonna play a little snippet of the interview real quick.
Okay.
I'm trying to hold on. Trying to look for it.
I haven't heard it, so this is the first time I'm gonna hear this as well.
Here you go. Here you go.
Athlete, if you was a football player, you had to have muscles. If you was a basketball player, you had to have height. If you was a rapper, depending on if you was a conscious rapper, we knew you was a militant brother. You had your shirt tucked in, you had the clean face, the clean shave, or the bald head, or the kufi on. If you was a gangster brother, a gangster rapper, then we know you had to have on the cowboy hats, the dickies, or the dickies. The starter jacket, you know what I'm saying, to represent your city. Now we got these gangster rappers wearing skinny jeans and fingernail polish and lipstick. And this shit crazy, man.
Yeah, and it's a lot different than when we were kids, man. It's a whole different game now.
And I think the biggest thing is that I'm from the era of the 70s baby era. Let's say it that way, where our mother did a lot of struggling that the 80s babies didn't have to go through. You know what I'm saying? And after the 80s babies, we have the ecstasy.
Yeah.
Breezy.
Yeah.
Your boy out. Please help your boy.
These are the Molly babies. So how the world gonna be another 10 years from now? I don't know. But remember, their parents are on heavy Mollies. Their parents are on heavy lean and fake loud. So that's a lot of peer pressure and a lot of brain pressure to these kids. Needless to say, we listen to, and then we accept it and listen to all kinds of music, all general.
Wait a minute. Wait, Breezy. Wait. Bruh.
Yeah, I'm here. I know what he's trying to say. It's a lot of folks.
Needless to say, we listen to, and then we accept it and listen to all kinds of music, all general.
What? Hold on.
And listen to all kinds of music, all general music, everything from West Coast at a time.
Oh my God. Okay, I had to stop it right there because it's another 7 minutes of him going off.
Yeah, but he ain't wrong though. That's the thing.
No, but see,
wrong. If children having children and them seeing the next kid, 16, 17, 18, do a come up that ain't really talking about anything of substance, and they just repeat the pattern.
This the same nigga who, and salute the Trick Daddy, but 2 years ago, he was talking about he was making a thing called Eat a Booty Game. Like, I can't even take you serious after that. And then you say that he told everybody that his daddy, his name came from his daddy because his name came from his daddy because his daddy used to trick on prostitutes. His mama was a prostitute. Mm-hmm. So that's why he called himself Trick Daddy. Now, like, hold on. Listen to this shit. Hold on. Listen to this shit right quick. Turn this up.
Hey, are you tired of being solicited and asked to donate money to help feed the kids? Then you look on TV a year later and you see the same kids in a different commercial? Well, you can make a difference. Eat a booty. Save a life. Eat a booty game. Bang, bang.
He ain't serious about that shit.
Man, look, bro.
He ain't serious about that shit.
Bruh. But still,
he ain't
you
serious.
Can't criticize. You can't. I don't want to hear nothing.
You can't criticize them because it's a joke. That's a joke. That ain't nothing serious. It's not like he sat down and made a whole song talking about eating a booty and that's his whole motto. He ain't out here doing eating booty.
But see, this is my thing.
Booty concerts and shit.
But see, check this out. Trick Daddy, I don't hear. I'm gonna bring some examples out because the rappers who are from the, and salute to Trick Daddy for being a legend. I do I do respect his story or whatever because he did come from the gutter and he did talk about both sides. It wasn't always talking about you know the shining, the balling, and the ignorance or whatever. But you ever notice the rappers who hate on the next generation? They always tend to want to be like the next generation because they don't have longevity. I never hear Jay-Z complain. I don't hear Nas. I don't hear Scarface.
I can explain all this.
Bun B. I don't hear, and Bun B has been a person that has been checking all these Trick Daddy and everybody else because he said, "Yeah, let these kids do what they're doing as long as they feeding their families." And as long and hold on, Breezy, let me finish.
Okay.
Hold on, let me cook right quick. You don't hear the rappers that's got stability. Who is like we talking about Tyrese? The people who got stability ain't taking shots at the people on the come up because they got their bag secured. You don't hear Ross saying that. You don't hear Jay-Z. You don't hear Jeezy. You don't hear Gucci. You don't hear none of these guys. Bun B, Project Pat, 8Ball MJG, even Young Buck. Who, you know what I'm saying? Even Young Buck. You don't hear none of these guys. You don't hear Pit. You definitely don't hear Pitbull. You don't hear Pitbull. You don't hear Uncle Luke. You don't hear none of these guys criticizing any of these new guys unless they irrelevant musically. They own you know what I'm saying? It's like same thing I say about Lord Jamar. Only thing about Lord Jamar is Lord Jamar is a little bit more distinguished and he's done other things, but his music just ain't popping. Like he got public speaking, he's into acting, he's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about, but he's established. So I don't agree with him. You know, him, Trick Daddy, Joe Budden, all these rappers that was on when we was coming up, and then they fell off a little bit. They always got something to say. But the rappers that's legends in the game, that's still legends, still getting booked. Like Trick Daddy just got booked for that Legends of the South tour, but people wasn't getting Trick Daddy to come out before then. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear Juvenile talking about that. You don't hear none of these rappers that actually have, you know, that submitted their legacy. They may not have even submitted their legacy or their money. They might just still be out here doing shows and, you know, they might be doing deals and stuff like that. You don't hear Manny Fresh talking about. You don't hear none of the rappers from back in the day who have money, who have stature. You know what I'm saying? Besides, like I said, Lord Jamar and KRS, who got other things they got going on. But everybody else, when you see this person say it 15,000 times, you know, and that's all they talking about is how these new age rappers are, how we gonna, you know, he goes on in the video talking about, well, you need to have 2 singles in a video, and then you put the album out. We need to police these rappers from getting in the game. We got to stop these guys from just jumping in the game. I'm like, how you gonna say that, and in the same breath talk about how in the South when they wasn't trying to play your music, so now you gonna just tell these kids who ain't got daddies, who you just broke it down, that's on heavy mollies and heavy lean and fake loud, you gonna stop them from trying to feed their mama, and then he has a whole nother video where he breaks down how like the system was set up to defeat us or whatever, and you gonna get mad that these kids is doing whatever they gotta do to survive.
Okay. All right.
And then hold on. Before you go in, hold on. Then you got and shout out to Lil Kim. Hold on, but you got Lil Kim out here making songs like this right here. Hold on, let me find it right quick. Let me find it. It's loading. It's low. Here you go. Skip around right quick. intro.
Elevated to the master room, rooftop, got a rooftop. Pussy, that's a boom box. Gucci this, Givenchy that, spin the rack on some Gucci tube socks.
Okay. When you got Lil Kim out here making records that sound, now it's still her, I will say this, but you got the hook is Migo flow. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
hook.
All right. I'm gonna say, I gotta say, we gotta take a 5-minute commercial break. All right. There is truth to what you're saying. That a lot of these rappers that you see complaining, well, not complaining, it's more so a critique on the current industry of rappers and whatnot. And no rapper is above a critique. But another thing that you have to think about, and there's many different points I got to hit here, but the first thing is a lot of them, you're right, they ain't got nothing going on. The next thing is when you think about how they got on, they had a whole different set of rules they had to literally treat as their religion in order to get on. So that's how they look at the game. The next thing is many of the rappers you name, the JCs, the Manny Freshes, the Pitbulls, and whatnot, they don't care at all about really the culture of hip hop at all. They doing their own thing. They don't give a damn. Jay-Z ain't never came out and spoke publicly about nothing. Beyonce, same thing, never came out and spoke publicly about nothing. They don't care. Pitbull, once Pitbull got hot from doing a couple of them feature songs, he went back to, speaking his Spanish shit and his Cuban shit, and he was done with black folks. I ain't seen Pitbull in the black dude song in I don't know how long. So it's like these people, they don't care. They got on, they got hot, they got their money, and they said, fuck the rest of y'all, I'm getting money. I ain't worried about nothing else of the culture. So that's the main thing. But
see, you got they went popular, mainstream, but see, you got Project Pat.
Okay, but see, Project Pat. Okay, but Project Pat, Bun B, and all these other people you name him, these are people who, for the most part, have slid into producer roles. They're producing a lot of tracks now. They making money producing shit. They ain't really getting that front rapping like that. They pulling a Dr. Dre. Dre don't rap that often, and when he does, he okay at it. But they mostly
Project Pat still putting out music.
He putting out music, but he producing more than anything else because he went through a lull where
I ain't never heard Project Pat out here making a beat. Never.
Well,
I've never seen him
not necessarily making the beat.
Project Pat probably have had a couple artists he tried to break, but the majority of his money comes from him touring, doing brand deals like he did. Him and OJ the Juice Man did Code 45 or whatever. Like they not doing it, A-Ball and MJG and all them. Trick Daddy is the one trying to break artists. Like he had the Prima Donna and this other guy that's on the song they got him and Trina and this new dude Mike Song. I forget his dude's name.
And
that's pretty cool. I like it. They're gonna have an album together and everything. But it's just like
they breaking artists and whatnot, and they got their own people they trying to put on and whatnot. Now the next part of this that Trick Daddy is trying to talk to, but not in an eloquent fashion, is he's talking about how the culture of hip hop influences a bunch of people. Right now every commercial on the United States television is hip hop. Every commercial. It could be for fucking Folgers. You got, I'm in love with the Folgers. Yeah. I put it in the coffee pot. It's whatever. And what Trick Daddy and a lot of them see is when you have these rappers or gangster rappers, whatever you want to call it, get on there with fingernail polish and skirts and dresses and whatnot. They see it as, okay, you're trying to feminize the next generation of dudes coming up because the daddy already ain't in the home. It's only his mama there. You know what I mean? And she probably already got some type of ill wills to dudes in the first place. And now he listening to music with a dude wearing a skirt and carrying around a banger talking about some he hard. And now that kid being influenced by the music because he ain't got no father figure or role model to look up to. He gonna try to put dresses on and be gang banging and thinking that's some hard shit. And it's like he gonna be confused as fuck. And it's not just rappers who's talking about this. We have a lot of people in our community, specifically the Black community, who've talked about this. Like Shirazad Ali talked about it. Nelly Fuller talked about it. Francis Cress Welsing talked about it. All of our elders talked about the feminization of the Black masculine male, and the best way to do it is with our primary source of media intake, which is, guess what? Music. Now, you can even look at movies. You got Tyler Perry out there always in a dress. The 2 films Tyler didn't wear a dress, he didn't do well in. Yeah. You had Martin put on a dress with Big Mama. You had Eddie Murphy put on a dress. The only white dude I know who's a comedian put on a dress was Robin Williams, and that motherfucker dead.
Well, see, check this out. My point is, the same thing with Azalea Banks. She's still trying to get on. She diss rappers and do a whole bunch of antics and stuff trying to get on.
But we know Azalea Banks wasn't a rapper.
Because I'm saying, like, look at it. Like, even when I make these vlogs and make, you know what I'm saying, I came in doing music and stuff like that. And that's why I kind of slowed up on the vlogs. Like, we talk about it here on the show. But, you know, for the sake of content, we had a conversation. But, you know, the reason why, like, people, when you come in doing something, right, and you're not successful doing it, and then you try to point the finger and say, you know what I'm saying, I always kept doing music, doing mixtapes and stuff like that. I always listen to the new music. I support the new artists and things of that nature. But when you start getting on a soapbox and you're criticizing somebody and you're doing the same thing, or you're criticizing people like Wendy Williams or Charlamagne, and that's all you do, you know what I'm saying, and you're trying to get on by criticizing somebody, then that's, you know what I'm saying, people are going to look at you a certain way, and they're not going to look at you, the new generation, who could have just, if you just like Trina, never speaks on the new generation. She keep putting her music out, she do her thing, and she go on about her business and get her money. Trick Daddy had gotten a lull because Slip and Slide signed Rick Ross. He did. But because he got sick, first of all, and while he was sick, Rick Ross got on, and instead of him keep producing music and putting out music, he had a couple of albums, couple of mixtapes, but he didn't stay consistent. Nowadays, you got to be out front of people every day. That's why we on every day now, because in order for us to compete, I mean, even though we have fun and we trying to build this platform to, you know, to be like one of the first Black Zip Davises or complexes or whatever, like a news network that's catered towards, you know, Black folks and minorities and gaming and music with Beatz and Bitz. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying, like you cannot criticize somebody and you still trying to put an album out. Like he's basically saying, I think you can because if Jay-Z can criticize people, but he's still successful. He could get on Lil Boosie and everybody who doing the money but that's he's successful. You can't tell. That is like me saying, I got all the answers, right, Breezy, for you being a game developer, but why I ain't got a game out? Or
but that's I used to be. This isn't some random ass radio disc jockey talking about, oh well, this music sucks and he's never put out an album. We're talking about legends in the game. I mean, some of them are one hit wonders. Let's not lie about it. Like, I ain't never been looking for Joe Budden like that. But like, like, let's keep it 100. Like, only song of Joe Budden's I know is "Pump It Up," and that's it. Like, I like Cassidy as a rapper, but Cassidy ain't never had no cool ass tracks to me. Legend in battle rapping, but ain't a good, you know, music, you know, rapper when it comes to, you know, fun club shit. But like, let's keep it 100. These are not just random come up people offering criticisms and critiques. I don't think the moment you get to a point where you say, a person is not, you're not able to critique their music, is a point where they have a potential to stagnate. Because if you let people stagnate and they just keep putting out the same shit, they're gonna fall off eventually. Even Waka Flocka came out and was like, you know, I tried to do all this other shit and then all this hard shit, and I didn't want to work with nobody. I just wanted to do me. And then he was like, you know what? I just started working with people because, like, let's just get money. And yeah, they can tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I'll think about it and I'll try it. And, you know, ain't nothing wrong with trying it. Like, I think more than anything else, the one thing that you see with rappers of the past generation is there wasn't exactly a 50-50% parity with, like, you know, some hardcore shit, but like they always tried to have in their albums or in their catalog some type of song that was, let's just have fun, let's relax, and let's try to balance out and figure shit out. With the new dudes nowadays, it's all party shit from front to fucking back.
hold on, Breezy. Shout out Mel Weezy that's in the chat right fast. Geeky Podcast in the building. He says we need more clean rappers like Megaran, Obi-Wan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no, because then that's the next thing, because like I've been in the car with people, and I shit you not, I've been in the car with people, we put it on, you know, put on the radio, and they'll look at me and they say, this song sound like the last song. I'm like, no, it's a completely different person. Okay. Well, this dude sound like the last dude because he got the same flow. Like when you, like, you can literally sit down and put the top artists, the top, let's say 25 artists that have broke the radio. You can put them on, and I'll be damned if they don't sound the same back to back. I mean, some of them are really young, like they kids or whatever, they just getting started, but a lot of them sound the same. There's no Wiz Khalifas of this generation.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Lupe Fiascos of this generation.
Yeah.
There's no Kanye Wests of this generation. There's no T-Pains of this generation. There's no, like, it's almost to the point now where we need our legends to come back and show that there can be diversity in hip hop. Like once Macklemore and that other guy,
Logic.
White guy.
Logic.
Yeah, Logic. There's another white guy.
Easy.
No,
Yellow
him
Wolf?
too, but the dude that did the Black Flag song.
I don't know. Yellow Wolf?
It might have been him. I'm not
Machine
sure.
Gun Kelly.
Yeah, there you go, MJK.
Yeah.
What, like, I haven't heard a song for them on the radio in a minute. I guess they busy doing whatever. But like back like 5 years ago, there was way more diversity than there is now, and now it's stagnating. It's the same shit, and it becomes white noise, and you just tune it out. And
I mean, I'm gonna say this: the kids nowadays, I'm gonna say this: it is a room. It is room for the kid, but I think a lot like Andre 3000, and that's a whole nother topic. I think we should.
Oh God, yeah, another group like them.
Well, he said that he's done making music, and he said he has drives upon drives upon drives of music, but he feels like he's so out of touch with it that he don't feel like he can compete no more. Like you got a lot of legends saying, well, you know what, these kids ain't buying it, but in actuality, I mean, maybe it's not as popular because you got black and white and Mexican and all in the world on the mainstream tip. But you know, you got people like Run the Jewels out there. You got people like Hobson out there, Tech Nine that's still successful. It's just that if the person that's making that music, if it's more these, you know, SoundCloud, rappers, you got more of these turn up Zan Lean, you know, Molly Percocet rappers. Shout out, but hey, Future, know he jamming with that mask off though.
He is like, jamming, and ain't nothing wrong with a party song.
But see, this is the thing about it. Like a lot of them rappers too can rap just as well. Like Future is one of them people that can rap because he came from Dungeon Family. He just said, yo, this is what the kids listen to. I'm gonna give it to him. He can rap, he can be lyrical, and we've seen it time and time again. But it's about what's selling. So these little kids, when they in school, they not you know, jumping around and girls, ain't nobody dancing with each other. Like back in the day, you had, you know, doing the butt and rump shaker and what's that song about Salt and Pepper? Push It. You don't have people like they had to bring the new rappers is bringing the old songs back and making some of the people go back to the old songs to listen to the old songs because that's where they get. But I'm saying a lot of the new rappers though have kept some of these like keeping people.
But that's the problem though. Listen, nobody's saying you can't go out and make a pop song or a hot song that's some dumb shit to make some money. Nobody's saying you have to change your catalog. Yeah, have balance. But here's the thing. You remember when Taylor Swift brought out Missy Elliott? Everybody was like, who the fuck is this black chick and why is she so good and why have nobody heard of her? It's like the generation that is the generation of rappers, they know these back catalog and they know the songs and they know the quality of lyricism. The problem is that none of them want to be held to that standard. They just want to just do whatever, and that's fine. But at the same time, eventually you yourself have to get tired of doing whatever. And you mentioned Tech Nine. Tech Nine has never wanted to be a mainstream rapper. Well, he's always said in his...
Hold on, Breezy. Okay. Bill Weezy want to know real quick. He said, why we ain't never seen your face? Are you in the witness protection program?
Yeah, I'm in witness protection. When you see my face, it's time to get in the nuclear bunker. No, but like when Tech Nine in all the Tech Nine songs, he says Tech will never go mainstream, mainstream will go me, because he's saying, look, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna be the rapper I want to be, and you'll fuck with me, you'll fuck with me, you'll find me, you'll find me. And I think that's a fine mentality to have, because eventually people did start flocking to him, because he is, point blank period, one of the most, actually not one of, the most successful underground rapper to date, period. Unless you want to, well, not really, because Eminem did go mainstream, but like he is the most successful underground rapper to date. And I feel like, and this is a conversation we had, what, 2-3 days ago, where it's like radio stations hear the turn down for what shit. They see it get 3-4 million views, then they just throw it on the radio. They're not looking, they're not breaking the artist anymore. Because that's the problem.
Because this is the thing about it. They actually are, because like people like Chance, SZA, hell, even Kendrick and Cole to a certain
But Kendrick
extent
got co-signed, and so did J. Cole.
No, but see, before that though, they were still independent though. Like they ended up, you got to work towards that. Like I said, like you said with Tech Nine was working towards that, and he's making so much money now that they can't offer, they can't give him.
They're not even offer him. Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So it's like when you look at the game right now, like you got to get, like, this is the thing about it. People gotta want to do that, and these record companies, they didn't get ready for the digital age. They not, and it's not really up to the record company. It's up to the people, because people could go direct to consumer now. Everybody could be independent.
There's something I want to say, but keep going. There's something I want to say, but keep going.
No, I was just saying they let it get away. They have the power to make it go mainstream. To where your mama, my mama, our grandmama, and great grandmama, and everybody, you know, auntie and everybody get to see them and everything else, because they not on the internet like we on the internet. So that, you know, and in a minute, once that you know, those two generations pass on, it's gonna be strictly internet. So you know what I'm saying? Like people, like the art, like we gotta stop giving the label, and we gotta stop making it the label's fault, because the label's only gonna push what's popular. We gotta go, and they're not gonna break. That's why they fired, you know, 75% of their staff, because they're not trying to break artists, and then they lose the money, and they have to put them in these slave ship deals. So they either, like, you either hot enough to get a single deal, hot enough to get an album deal, and you still gotta perform, and people ain't even buying the damn music. They streaming it for free. They, you know what I'm saying? They gotta make it to where the streams is counting for actual spins. Because nobody's buying the damn music. I mean, people are buying the music for certain artists, but those,
it's not the traditional method. Like, they're not buying a physical disc anymore. They're getting on iTunes. They're getting it from Google Play and whatnot. And that's the thing, is record labels don't count digital sales for whatever fucking reason.
No, now they do. They do now.
Are they doing it now?
Well, because Jay-Z, that was because Jay-Z did his thing with the Magna Carta Holy Grail album, and Kanye with the Saint Pablo. So you gotta, like, they've included now, like, YouTube spins count towards an artist. Like, it don't count as much as an actual streaming spin, or if somebody buys the single, or somebody buys the album or the vinyl or whatever. But it counts though. So like it's like you need 3 or 4 times of a YouTube spin. 3 or 4 YouTube spins counts as one streaming spin. Yeah. Well, one streaming spin, and like 15 spins on the streaming service equals one sale, and you know, an online sale, and an online sale equals like 2 or 3 online sales equals one physical sale if you're thinking about singles, but they don't sell singles like that no more. So, you know, basically, you know, that's how they're breaking it down. But it's just like people gotta, the climate has to want for that. And these kids, man, they you gotta think about it. Like,
going back to my point I wanted to make. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. You're absolutely right that the industry is very much a supply and demand. However, you won't know somebody wants something unless you present it to them. And that's the thing. This stuff is not being presented. The other options aren't being presented to them.
No,
if I took it's not. A lot of people.
Everybody got it, because you got like people like Mel Weezy mentioned, Mega Ran, Obi-Wan.
All right, listen.
You got people out there that's getting presented. Like,
listen. How many people right now right now outside of us, and this is the same conversation we've had about games and game sales and whatnot. How many people outside of us in the stream, in the Google Hangout, know about these guys? Like, if I walk down the street right now in the hood, I go back to the hood and walk down the street, have you ever heard of a guy named Megaran? They're gonna probably say, who's that?
No, I mean, I get that, but I'm saying but I'm saying the people are choosing who they want, and if they want it, because if you got the kids,
but they don't know about that option.
No, they do. They do. It's out there.
They do.
Like, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm gonna say this about people in St. Louis, right? We got rappers like Tough Pole, Black Spade.
There's Florida rappers you don't know about.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But
that's what I mean by options.
But see, they gotta work. But see, it's not even about. But I'm saying, you got these rappers that I just mentioned. Then you got LA Foes and 3 Problems. The older people get, the kids are going. They fucking with LA Foes and 3 Problems, but they not necessarily fucking with the Tough Poles.
Those are the kids that are looking. That's the thing. You got to remember, it's the same thing. Hold on, Breezy. Let me go back to this. The kids aren't looking necessarily. They're following what's cool. So these young rappers, it's nothing for them to go to all the high schools in the area. It's nothing for Kodak Black to hit up every high school down there in Dade and Broward and all them counties. It take a whole bunch of CDs or zip drives or little T-shirts or whatever and give it out and do the little shows or do the dances, get with the DJ, pay the DJ, hey, let me hop on stage real quick and do my song. So then now everybody hears it, then they can got the single, they pop it in their CD player in the car, and they put it in the computer or whatever. The older rappers, the younger rappers are working harder to get seen in front of the young generation, and then what you just mentioned is key. How many of them are doing that? How many of them are going in front of the high schools, going in front of the middle schools? How many of them have the capital to print up that shit on a bunch of flash drives or USB sticks or whatever? How many of them? Because when you say, oh, they know about them, they don't. Because if they did, the demand would be more varied.
Because these kids that's selling dope, shooting dice, busting caps, running in homes, and doing all that. Migos, they even said, yo, we made our money that we put into the music by selling dope. We was all sleeping inside the trap house. We was breaking into people's home. We was robbing the pizza man. We was doing all of this. And the conscious rappers, what they doing? We going to work. We going to our job. We don't have a dope man. We don't have somebody. We're not making
$5,000 in a week to go and print up all this shit and take it to the school.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So we don't have nobody like a
front us the money to get us a good leg up.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So, but there are people out there. A lot of the guys that get in the industry, if they not spending their own money like a Young Thug or Migos or whatever, they go out and they get a sponsor, or they might be dope and they get a sponsor, and the sponsor is going to put in the money to get them hot, and then they want a return on investment,
ROI. But it still goes back to what I'm saying is like it's all about supply demand. If you don't know that there's a thing out there that you might want to try, if it's never presented to you, you don't know about it, and that's exactly. Very true.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The lyrical rappers or the legends too, you got to get back out here and introduce yourself into a new generation.
Absolutely.
You can't sit up here and the legends though be want to rest up on their damn morals and shit, and they want to sit up. Oh well, I'm this, that, and the third, and these little kids don't even heard of
It's not. Well, I wouldn't say it's the morals they want to rest on. It's more so they're saying, look, I done put in my work. I done did my job. When I come to the radio station, the radio booth, or wherever to do my interview for my album, my book, whatever it is, you need to hype me the same way you hype the little niggas. And the thing is when you see these old heads come through, you can see it on the Breakfast Club with all the interviews on the Breakfast Club. When the old rappers come through, they just kind of mellow. But then when you get someone like Lil Yachty come through, they asking all types of crazy fire and energetic questions, and it's like, why don't I get, you know, free hype from the radio station? Now it still goes back because you have DJs. Most of these DJs say, oh, we have a section or we have a day where once a week for 1 hour we play old school shit. Well, none of them are showing the old school rappers any love, so a lot of them are frustrated about it. They're like, yo, you're not playing our shit, you're playing everybody else's shit, you're not breaking new rappers.
Again, the people who stay consistent, who have the money to push themselves.
It's not about consistency when you're considered a legend, because motherfuckers talk about Jay-Z every fucking day. Even when Jay-Z don't put out albums for years, people dick ride Jay, people dick ride Nas, people dick ride Cam. It's not about consistency when he's not doing shit for years on it.
But see, this thing about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has got to that point where he's
y'all
doing
just dick ride him. That's all they do. They dick ride him because there's multiple legends in the industry, and everybody just want to dick ride Jay.
No, but I'm just using him as the example because he is the person. Or even Tech Nine. Tech Nine stays consistent. So when Tech Nine pull up, you don't hear Tech Nine saying, "Oh, these old."
Because Tech Nine is always busy breaking artists, traveling, and doing everything else.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
And he spent decades building that infrastructure.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But these other rappers didn't do that. Bun B
because
and
they know no better.
Project Pat and them. But see, you need to get. But they knew about being in the industry. They got fucked. And they learned the game, so you learn the game, and then he goes talking about, well, I'm gonna be in. He had an interview. He was like, I'm going independent, man. I ain't gonna be with these labels no more. And Slip Aside, I made all this money for Slip Aside, and Slip Aside betrayed me, and then you go right back.
It's the same shit with Wayne and Birdman with Cash Money.
Well, see, the thing with Lil Wayne was Lil Wayne stayed because he got some extra. He was promised extra money. For Brain, when he re-upped his contract when he came home from prison, he would have been done at the Carter 4, but because he had did them other 2 albums.
I'm talking about when he had his little side what you call it? His side
he had them 2 out, but I'm saying he had the Young Money thing.
Yeah,
right after but I'm saying when he did that was right after he got out of jail. He was putting up his own money for Young Money, and they signed the contract right after he got out of jail, and he put out Carter 4. So when he put out Carter 4, he was supposed to get money for Nicki and Drake and all of them. That's why he re-signed. He signed his contract. The first time he signed it was because he had the filing degrees had flopped. He just had a baby. He knew that he needed Birdman and Lil Wayne and them to help him at that point. But the second time he did it because he said, yo, we built this, we put it on our back, everybody else left. We gonna always beat it, we gonna always stay solid, me and him and Birdman. So that deteriorated. But I'm saying a lot of these rappers that complain about not getting the love, I never ever see Redman and Method Man talk about
Meth and Red don't care.
Because you know why? Because
they don't care.
They did right by their money. If they sign or they unsign, they doing well, and they don't care about. They don't have to care because they got a fan base. He even said, Redman just said the other day, I got a fan base that I don't have to drop new shit. They still want to hear the old shit. So with Trick Daddy, you go away for too long, people forget you. You know, this game is all about what have you done for me lately. That's why
I say people did cry Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z, I've seen people. There was a time when what was the last before this 444? We went like 4 or 5 years without a Jay-Z album, and people were still dick riding Jay-Z.
Because see, Jay-Z will pop up and do features on the biggest rapper. But I'm saying he does. But see, Jay-Z, this is what Jay-Z does. Jay-Z does shit for the culture. Jay-Z.
You can't say he do shit for the culture and he don't comment about the type of rappers we have today. Although in his 444,
he don't have to. Okay, he do it on the music. He ain't got to do it on no damn interview. He can do it in the music. Because if I'm gonna put it out,
so you're saying it would be fine to Trick Daddy made a song critiquing this culture then, and if it was in a song form.
If he made it and see, Jay-Z didn't say fuck the new rappers. He said, yo, y'all should. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all should do. And everybody else had already been saying it, but when Jay-Z said it, because Jay-Z got businesses, brand deals, he got Beyonce probably arguably the best label deal. Even that's why.
But a lot of people been saying this shit. It's not just Jay. Everyone just has to point to Jay. Because he's the fucking king of the mountain, and people want to say, "Oh, Jay said it, and so it must be true."
Exactly.
Like Ludacris has said shit, Eminem has said shit, and these are people who have their own albums and brands.
They be on every time Eminem come out. Eminem came out with that freestyle going against Trump. For all I seen is Eminem.
Yeah, but and then but there's also a lot of other reasons with Eminem coming out as well. But
there's an album and everything else.
Well, not just his album, it's other shit with that. But it's you've seen notable rappers, not Trick Daddies, but you've seen people who own their own labels, who own their own publishing and everything, come out and say rappers are all the fucking same. And nobody batted a fucking eye until Jay came rolling out of his fucking throne to say, "Oh, well, I don't agree with it either."
You know,
like, come on, man. People did cry Jay too much.
But I mean, the point of it is when you got the dick, you make the rules. Like DJ Paul said, I'm saying, when you the king of the jungle, everybody, when you step in the room, everybody freezes.
He only king because of his finances. Period.
It ain't necessarily too. When you got money, you got the power, and that's the thing. You could go out and rent the billboards in Times Square from one end of Manhattan to the other, and he had they even said they had 444 albums slips on the taxi cabs. Like, that's what you talk about when you got power and money. You can do that. But see, I'm saying, let's take Rick Ross for example. Trick Daddy was going off on Rick Ross. Now, Trick Daddy got sick. Ross ain't never said nothing about Trick Daddy. Always bigged him up. Always said, "We're gonna hold him down." He said he just the same as he went hard and he going hard at Birdman. He went hard for Trick Daddy when Slip and Slide tried to play him. He said, "That man, you going at me, but your label head is raping you. I got away from that situation, and I'm going hard for you, and you gonna turn around and diss me?" Now they got cool. They was able to come to the table once Trick Daddy calmed down, start putting music out, start touring and stuff again. Ross was bringing them out on his floor today. What's his name? DJ Khaled was putting them on the songs and all that shit. So he calmed down on this shit.
He's another one that says all the rappers sound the same, but he let them live. But like, come on, Khaled has come out and said, "Oh well." But see, Khaled.
This is the thing about. But see, the thing about Khaled is Khaled realizes that he let all his artists go because he realized if they not gonna work as hard as he is, or if they not, he can't focus on him being the CEO and all this other shit if he don't have the hits, and if the artists that he got ain't crossing over and making the same moves and same whatever because of their street or whatever. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna let everybody go and do their thing. I helped y'all out. I got y'all the opportunity. People know who you are, and then that's what it was." So and then that's why you had Ace Hood and Nino going, because Nino was going at Khaled and everything else.
Yeah, I didn't know about Nino Brown until 2 years ago.
But that's what my point is. So my point is.
But how long he been around though? This is what I'm talking about, options.
But see, this is my point. You are your own. Like you gotta be like my boy Lottie say. Yayo, you are yourself only. You got to be, just like I said yesterday with the last couple of days with Tyrese. You gonna have to win. Like, people gonna fool with you or they not, and you gotta work. If they not fooling with you right off the bat, it's just like being a black man in life. You gotta work 10 times harder. So if everybody out here, we got a SoundCloud, we got a YouTube, we got I'm literally about to. I'm about to have Beatz and Bitz t-shirts, Beatz and Bitz beer cozies, coffee mugs. We're going to have lean cups. We're going to have all that shit because we got to get it, Breezy. We got to make sure people know, well, we ain't going to have lean cups. We will have styrofoam cups. So if you're going to take 2 cups and put them together, then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can do what you do. But my point of it is this. If we gonna move on, because we got other shit we gotta talk about. We've been on this shit for a while.
Oh no, I ain't mad at you, nothing like that. It's just from my standpoint, when I look at the situation, it's like,
no, I feel you.
But it's like you can't critique. And this is why I feel like they're right with what they're saying, because it's like this generation, you can't critique them without being a hater. And this that was the ones, if you said something about, they was beating up radio DJs, throwing dudes out of windows, hanging folks
choking folks out, slamming. No, but I mean, people was getting. Wendy Williams was getting threatened, slapped upside her head. What's the name that got slapped up? With the other girl, what was it? That was with Dr. Dre had beat up the one girl. They was shooting at Charlemagne. You know, K Slade got into a few situations. Like,
but that's the culture. That's never gonna change.
But see,
that's
now you can't have it. But see, this the point about it is, you as a rapper want to criticize other rappers, but then you pulling up on academics and Joe Butt. I mean, and
that's the culture, bro. That's been a staple of hip hop since the beginning of time. Talk shit, get hit. That's what it's always been. And then when you get the soft rappers that come up there, you still talk shit to them. That's how it's always.
These soft rappers, they soft, but they pulling up and they shooting your ass. If you
they softer than fucking 2-Ply. None of them doing none of that shit.
Shit. I just saw every 5 minutes.
You really think Lil Yachty gonna pull up on somebody and shoot them?
No, Lil Yachty got a security force. Some dude, this little rapper came up and his boys and his security was beating the shit out of this one little Atlanta rapper or whatever. Because the dude had initially he had shot at him and Q, the dude who was one of the CEOs at QC or whatever, right? The head honcho. Him and Coach K made that label with Migos and Yachty and them. So they tried to make Lil Yachty look like a bully, but the dude tried to, diss on him, cap on him, and shoot him and kill him the year before when he started to take off with the One Night record. So these kids, and then with Lil B said he said that A Boogie and P&B Rock sound like A Boogie and Future. So man, A Boogie and P&B Rock sound like Days Loaf and Future. Man, do you know 15 of these two dudes entourage beat the shit out of Lil B in the
I saw that.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. These little kids, man, they ain't sitting up.
But that ain't.
Trick Daddy better look out.
That's the same shit that was going down way back when you had the whole beef with. But see now,
Breezy, it's gonna be televised. So when Trick Daddy, when Trick Daddy and them, I'm just waiting on one of these old rappers. I'm not wishing this on them. I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. These old rappers gonna say somebody's name or some shit, and they gonna pull up on their ass. Shit. I didn't think it used to be they ain't gonna do shit, but shit.
They ain't gonna do shit.
Lil B got his ass whooped by 15 niggas.
That's because he an easy target. That dude is a non-violent promoting rapper. That's like going and beating up on the damn Buddhist. Like, come on, son. Go run up on someone like Ace Hood. Go run up on someone like God. What's the dude we talked about yesterday that just got put in jail for his lyrics? I can't remember the dude's name.
Who?
God, I can't remember his fucking name. I can never.
Bobby Smurder.
Yeah, go run up on Bobby Smurder crew. But see, they ain't gonna do that. The thing about these tough guys is they always target the weakest people because they ain't trying to get hurt in an altercation. Look, it's like nature. You'll never see a lion going after the strongest fucking wildebeest in the herd.
Young Dolph went one deep up with Yo Gotti and them.
Exactly.
So, he got shot, but he still went up there and he confronted their ass. So I don't agree with that because it's like, it basically. You saying that everybody is soft, but when they not. I mean, they
soft.
I mean, hey, but anyway, we're gonna move on from that topic. We didn't beat that topic to a dead horse. So, Konami is making a Contra movie, and I don't know. Now the Castlevania series is pretty legit on Netflix, so. I kind of want to give them the benefit of the doubt. If the movie is good, I think they should do an animated movie if they're going to do a Contra movie or do a series. But they talking about it's going to be live action. It's going to be a movie and a series. The movie's going to kick off the series.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I have the same policy with Konami like I do with GameStop.
Yeah, because what they did to Kojima.
Fuck Konami.
Hey. I don't know. I want to see what's going to happen with it. It might end up being in development hell because, it is what it is. But and the big screen movies never are really that good. The series are better. And speaking of Konami, Konami put out a thing about Metal Gear Survive, and like they just got roasted. I was on Facebook; they was getting roasted in the comments. This one dude said, "Let's give it a chance." They roasted his ass. They frame blowed his ass, boy. Like I'm talking about, bruh said, "Hold on, let me see if I can find it."
They straight up threw his ass with they skewered his ass and rotated him over that fire, huh?
It's so bad, bro, that they priced the game to be $40. Now, if it was any other game other than Metal Gear, if this was just them using the engine, making this story, I probably but you know, we would have known, but it wouldn't have been called Metal Gear nothing. But I don't think Konami. I think because Konami is about making pachinko and slot machines. I actually played one of them slot machines at the casino this week, and it was bump. I ain't winning no money. I was hitting on all the American-based shit, but yeah, man, it was. I just think that that's where Konami is long, and as well as you know all the other big publishers, they just want to make some money, and they don't care about the consumer no more. Until the consumer strikes back, then I don't see it changing at all. Period.
Konami sucks a dick, and that Metal Gear Survive is gonna suck a dick, and it ain't gonna do no numbers. And hopefully Konami get their shit together and start putting out shit people want, like the fucking PT demo, which was Silent Hills they canceled.
They ain't gonna do that.
And they treat their developers better because nobody wants to play a game that's reusing all of the Metal Gear Solid 5 assets in the fucking Metal Gear engine. Like, that's all they're doing is they're reusing assets. They're asset flipping, trying to make a profit off of them, and it ain't gonna work because it's just a zombie game. It's a straight up. It's like if somebody took Call of Duty's zombie mode and just did it with Metal Gear characters, and don't nobody want that shit. Especially not all the shit that came out, how they treated all the employees. Y'all keep making pachinko machines.
So the next thing, Sega's getting ready to put out Sonic Forces. So Sonic Mania was a hit. It brought back everything that we wanted to see in Sonic. But people are worried about Sonic Forces, like they had a time Japanese only demo. Ain't been no gameplay for real. I mean,
that demo was bad.
Well, the gameplay I saw, it would look cool, but will it play good? We'll find out next week. I don't know, but I think these kids keep on buying these damn Sonic games, and
they're fans of Sonics. You know, they're fans like Sonic Mania was actually. There was a guy on YouTube that actually was making a bunch of like Sonic animations and Sonic memes. And they actually hired him to do Sonic Mania. He did Sonic Mania with the help of a couple other people himself. So it's pretty much a huge fan-made Sonic project that Sega was like, okay, well, we'll let you put this out professionally and whatnot. And it did gangbusters. The Sonic Forces is a professionally made Sonic game by people who I'm going to assume are fans of Sonic. But it has a lot of problems with it that people were complaining about 7 months ago, and it still hasn't been fixed from what I'm hearing with some of the folks who played it as late as 2 months ago or a month ago. And also a big thing that is going to hurt this game is they put out a demo for this game. And the demo literally has you playing the stages in under like 3 minutes or 2 minutes. And like you're not even to even really experience the game, because you have to like get to the end of the level, or you can't even get to the end of the level. You get like maybe to the middle of the level in that 2 minute time span. So everyone's just like, well, why the fuck did they put out this shitty demo? This isn't going to help them sell the game. So I don't know. It may do well. It may not. It may fail. But I just know that most Sonic games made by Sega, directly by Sega with hired devs, is usually shit. So we'll see. Hopefully it does okay and whatnot. But because it looks fun. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So according, so Playboy Cardi, this is hot off the presses, y'all, is dating Black China. Now, I like Playboy Cardi, the Magnolia, and the Woke Up. What's the name of that song? Woke Up Like This. But why on God's green earth would anybody, hate? Now, I ain't gonna even criticize Black China, but I'm just saying, like, after you saw what happened with Rob, why in the
Some
hell?
people like used goods.
I mean, I guess you could say the same thing with, like, no, I ain't gonna say that dude's name because he
Publicly used goods. I mean, some people like to have what other people have. Like just ain't nothing wrong with that.
We gotta do better, y'all. We just gotta.
I know we gotta do better. I ain't in that shit.
I mean, me neither. But I'm just saying, I saw that, so we gonna.
They need to do better.
Let's have a moment of silence to pray for Playboy Cardi that he don't get sidetracked.
Oh no, he is. That's fine. She's gonna tie him down in some bullshit because that's her nature.
So
she's gonna tie him down in some bullshit.
So, Kevin Spacey. Well, actually, no, the House of Cards crew members accused him of sexual harassment. So I'm reading this off of Hot New Hip Hop. They had this on there. Yeah. Basically, the let me see here. Okay, so the season after season 6, the show is going to be canceled, but it was going to be the last season anyway. So
yeah, and the show has slumping sales. But the interesting thing is there's another actor who's also been accused of raping 3 women, and they're going forward with his show. So that's some hypocrisy there.
Well, so basically, a couple of days or yesterday, the former production assistant of the show, as well as 8 other employees, opened up in detail about toxic work environment that were victims to Rob Ming and Kevin's presence. Talking with CNN anonymously for fear of professional repercussions, the group describes Kevin's behavior as predatory, adding that he would touch male workers non-consensually and make crude comments. The production assistant tells the publication at the time he had bring clothes to Kevin's trailer, saying that when they were both inside, Kevin caught and touched him inappropriately. I told him I don't think I'm okay with this. I don't feel comfortable with Kevin apparently visibly flustered and fled the scene. I have no doubt that this type of predatory behavior was routine for him. In my experience with many of that, Kevin had few, if any, qualms about exploiting his status and position. He said it's a toxic environment for a young man who hadn't interacted with him at all, and the crew and cast background actors and crew cast background. Another crew member said Kevin would put his hands on him in a weird way. He would come in, massage my shoulder from behind, and put his hand around me and touch my stomach in weird ways. A normal everyday conversation, that in normal everyday conversation would not be appropriate. So that's crazy.
I don't know if I believe these people.
I just hate that. I like Kevin Spacey, and I hate that his allegations. I hate all these allegations is really coming out against all these people. Like it just seemed like it's if he did it, then they need to throw the book at him. But if he didn't do it, again, there's no repercussions for the people who are making these allegations, and his brand and everything else is going down the tubes, basically.
And it's difficult to sift through what's true and what's manufactured, because what you just read is literally the most generic form of a pass or a form of sexual advance that most people recount. So it's hard when you have news media just running stories. Now, there have been other reports of Kevin Spacey, like police reports filed, a couple of them I found where his name was redacted. But it's like people still like to use the narrative on the news of, oh, he was a powerful actor. I mean, dude, this is before some of these accusations was before he became Kevin Spacey a household name, and then in Call of Duty and there's some hella fucked up Call of Duty memes, by the way, with Kevin Spacey. I have to admit that. But it's like you would think that they would file these reports way back when and get him taken down way back when before he had his come up and whatnot.
You know,
and
it'll never happen before the come up, man. That's why
but
you
then
gotta, like Charlamagne said, you gotta live your truth before anybody tries to exploit you. So you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't think that matters anymore. I don't think that matters, because at this point, somebody could say you go around, you know, jacking off elephants, and the news stories would run with it and say you jack off elephants, and then somebody like Photoshop you next to like art museum for an elephant skeleton or some shit, and be like, there he is jacking it off. So it's just like, at this point, there's nothing really you can do to protect yourself if you're a celebrity other than make people sign waivers like Sean Kingston at this point, because this is he has people sign waivers now because it's just like, it's fucking stupidness. So and before we get up out of here, we gotta celebrate some good news right now. I'm sharing the screen, Breezy. So okay. So I'm gonna present it to everybody. So rip headset users.
Child abuse investigation in the Tyrese drop. The law.
Okay, wait. I want to say something. I want to say something right quick before you read this story. Now, I just feel like because he went public, somebody who knows somebody lent him a hand. That's what I feel. And I wonder how the situation would have played out had he remained silent about it all. That's how I feel about it. Now, the same can be said for some of these abuse victims who come out and yell, scream, and shout. But it's just like, I think there's more tools available to you in a situation like with Kevin Spacey, like going and file police reports and stuff, versus someone saying you did something like this.
She apparently filed the motion. So, I mean, like...
she filed it.
So, hold on. So, the Los Angeles Department of Children and Family Services, DIFAS, closed its investigation into the allegations that Tyrese Gibson had beaten his 10-year-old daughter, Shayla. It won't be seeking criminal charges against the Fast and Furious actor. Tyrese reps confirmed paid 6 Friday. LA DIFAS first launched its investigation after Tyrese Norma claimed documents that he had struck Shayla so hard she was unable to sit. Norma and Tyrese been bound in court over the past couple of weeks, and Norma seeking a restraining order against the former Transformers actor. The former couple's contention leave also has played out on social media as Tyrese documented the ups and downs on the ongoing case. And all his followers earlier this week, Tyrese broke down for a court appearance, begging through tears to have his daughter not be taken away. The blast was the first report the investigation was closed. So, So shout out Tyrese. He ain't going to jail. And hopefully now they can hopefully now he can. I just think at this point, Tyrese, bro, you don't have to hang it up, bro. 8 years and your money looking funny. I mean, if she want to play that game, bro, you just pay that child support.
That or he can beat her in court and get his daughter completely.
I mean, but he been in 8 years, bro.
But guess what? He'll save hundreds of thousands of dollars at that point.
But I mean, well, hey,
that's hundred. Hey, that's one way to fix your pockets for good. Like, okay, I'm getting complete custody. I ain't got to pay no super crazy $13,000 a month because it don't take $13,000 a month.
It's in California, so we'll see how
it don't take $13,000 a month.
No, I'm talking about the court is going to go and this chick is gonna go at all of. But let's just say this: if you in your prime, right, Tyrese, let's think of all the singers out here. Jacquees, what's my guy name? Ro James, Tory Lane.
I thought you said this nigga was Rogaine. I'm like, why is the singer name Rogaine?
Tory Lane, August Alsina when he get well, August Alsina. All you young singers and rappers, y'all don't need to be out here getting married because y'all can't stop fucking.
And have all them girls sign waivers.
Yeah, sign
have
all
lawyers present.
Lawyers at the crib. If you bring them to the crib, hey, your lawyer on
security
call,
camera everywhere.
Security camera all in the hotel. You better get you some.
And if you want to bust it open, put that shit on the Pornhub live stream because I'm trying to tell you.
It charged it? No, don't do that. But hell, you gonna she gonna get the footage. So I mean, no, but I'm saying you got. I mean, hey,
I'm trying to tell you, you can't do nothing now.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta be.
He gave me a hug and he hugged me a little too long.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you better just go ahead and you gotta have waivers, bro. You gotta have security cameras, surveillance. Hell, JD tried to tell you niggas back in the day. He said he got. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Everything we do is on tape, so don't think twice if you gonna yell rape. Shit, telling you.
Man, it's hard to countersue somebody who ain't got shit though. That's the fucked up thing. They need to serve like jail time.
Well, shit.
They need to serve like 2-3 years in jail.
Go to book at their ass. 10 years, 10 to 25.
I don't know about 10 to 25.
Yeah,
like, damn,
yeah,
that's a bit too steep.
Shit, I mean, Robert Harris said, "Look, everything should be punishable by death." And I bet you.
Oh no!
Yeah, shit, you want a red light? Death.
No.
I'm saying, hey, he was like, look, he said he was gonna take the. He said they couldn't find. He was like, well, we can't find anybody to pull the lever. Click, click, click. I'm just saying, if people, I get that's another way to get the positive rappers out there. Shit, if everybody can't, you can't. Shit, you ain't gonna think twice before you sell that dope. You gonna think twice before you bust that chopper, because you know. Oh, I mean, hey, it will cut down on people bullshitting. Shit, I'm a law-abiding citizen. Shit. I mean, fuck. I mean, I'm just saying because I mean. And because there's no other repercussion because after this the damage is done. Yes, the damage is already done. You out here looking stupid, and what Tyrese gonna do? Even if he win, then he still gotta figure out a way to make some money if nobody wanna fuck with him. Shit. I mean, you know, shit. He ain't got no. His wife ain't stand up behind him like I ain't gonna even bring it up. But when certain, I ain't bringing up Nelly, so I'm just saying I ain't speaking on the home team. But I'm saying people.
Oh, Nelly good. He got cleared for that.
But see, that's my point. But it's still when you get to raping or child abuse or whatever, it's always a point of contention, and people gonna always remember. And I don't want that to be Tyrese's legacy because Tyrese has helped a lot of people. When Chris Brown had, I didn't see Chris out there. He out here promoting the album, worried about people. He's still battling his demons. But Tyrese was the first person to say, "Look, little bro made a mistake, but we gonna love on him. He was the first person I remember it." And then nobody, and it is messed up, Breezy, that people didn't come to his defense. But at the same time, people ain't gonna. It's like what Trey the Truth said. Then he got banned from the radio. Certain rappers didn't want to do songs or features with him for a while because they didn't want to get banned off the radio. You got to think about you got. It's all about survival, man. You can't depend on people. You know what I'm saying? Even your closest dogs, man, to be there for you when shit get hard. Now, if they do be there for you, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't never say to you like, man, I'm here for you. I just do it because I don't have to keep saying it that I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying?
Some things have to go unsaid.
Exactly.
Not everything needs to be spoken.
Exactly. But see, a lot of times when you doing stuff for people and you show that's the other. Like, I think that's the part like that he messed up at is well, I don't think he messed up because. Academic said pointing out, he said he playing broke for the camera because Tyrese got some money, but we don't. I mean, but at the same time, we don't know. But I just hate that had to happen to that brother. That brother that he stayed out of trouble. He tried to do good by the wife. He admitted that he was a cheater and all of that. And a lot. But that's the reason why I say they should be single, not just for their own personal safety and their brand or whatever. But when you walking down the aisle with a woman and you get down the aisle. And you tell her that you want to be with her for life, and then you leave her ass like they finna make Taraji's finna make a movie about this shit. So you know what I'm saying? It's just like you gotta need to take your time. If you're dating with somebody, you gotta if you're gonna walk down the aisle with them, you gotta be serious. You gotta you gotta unfollow the Instagram thotties that's blowing up your damn inbox. You gotta fucking purge your Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Or like Gucci, I'm pretty sure her Keisha going through all, probably going through and she helping him manage the shit. So I'm pretty sure, they probably looking at laying in bed, watching the wheel or some shit. petting a dog or some shit, looking at these DMs or whatever, and laughing about the shit, and he with her though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you got to get you somebody that's gonna be, you know, if you wild and you know you a wild and crazy kid, you got to get you a wild crazy girl that's gonna do that. You know, gonna be adventurous or whatever. If you know you can't keep your dick in your pants, but if you can keep your dick in your pants and go sit down somewhere, then you get married. But if you out here slanging penis, if like 40 going north, you don't need to be married. If you used to that and that's your lifestyle, you need to wait till you fall off. And then you got your money together, whatever, and you get married, and you know what I'm saying, you settle down and you have kids then. But if you young out here, you know, and LL even said it best. He said, I hated that I got married because I knew I wasn't ready for it. I was having a child and I just was raised, you know, as a man, that's what you should do. But I was having a time of my life and then I didn't really want to let that go. So now, you know, he's single or whatever, and he's good with his wife or whatever. But most of the time, women ain't gonna let you go marry him, dump him off, and then you go get married, especially to a non-black chick. You do that to it, like that's like committing like a cardinal sin. If you go and if you get a black woman, you marry her, get her pregnant, cheat on her, and leave her, and then you get with a non-black chick, then you pretty much dead out here anyway. Now Tyrese was able to survive because. What? Tyrese? Huh? What? Oh. Tyrese was able to survive because he's such a good guy, whatever, and he's came out and admitted. But I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen with him. I hope maybe him and Genuine and Tank and all them get it together. But I'm just happy that he's no longer considered a child predator or a child abuser. So this is your boy DJKillzownJones, me and Breezy, Beatz and Bitz podcast. Right back with it tomorrow. And make sure y'all like, comment, favorite, subscribe for the one time. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell when we upload, go live. All the social media links is in the description box. We on SoundCloud, we on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that there. We got beatsandbitz.com coming soon. And
yeah. All right.
We out, y'all. Peace. Shout out Mel Weezy. Hold on, before we go. Shout out Mel Weezy for that Geekly podcast. Shout out Yuki the Snowman. We're gonna have him on Monday. He told me he gonna be on Beatz and Bitz Monday. Shout out Dude Level 92, Keenan Sargent. He gonna be up at Toy Man STL. Shout out to him. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out all the subscribers, the followers, and everybody that's been rocking with us, man. We got Super Chat available if you want to support the show live. Just to let y'all know, we got PayPal, Patreon. All the money is going back into the show. All the money is going back into the presentation, to the writers, and then me and Breezy, we'll after everybody else is broke off from we'll take it and we'll keep whatever's left, and we still gonna put it back into it. We're gonna have giveaways and stuff like that. So we're doing it for the people, man. We want this to be the first black owned, minority owned, and operated news and entertainment network. Right here, we trying to do it, and shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson and Negro Manosphere. They doing good things over there. They one of the first. We trying to be, one of the first two, probably one of the second. So, shout out to all them, man. So we out. Yeah. Breezy just let me do the shout out because I get everybody. So,
Yeah.
So all right, man. We out. Peace.